subject verb agree. I think I have completed the topic up to the rule number up to 10. Yes, right? 10, up to 10. That's over. Discussion is over up to rule number 10. So let me, okay, Alan, no problem. Okay. So children, listen, let me start from rule number 11. Okay. I'm not waiting everybody to join. Now I have got sufficient number here on the screen. Okay, rule number 11. I request everybody to pay attention here. You have 11. Regarding, 1 second children, regarding. 1 second children. With rule number 11. So as per the rule number 11 children, I request everybody to note it. You can use only a singular verb which follows the words many a, or a sentence which is starting with many a, each, every, everyone, anybody, either, neither, no one, nobody. I request everybody to notice either, neither. It is not either or neither nor. We are talking about a sentence which is starting with either of, neither of. Okay. So you must use only a singular verb if it is starting with many a, each of, every one of, either of, neither of. Okay. You can use only a singular verb. Okay. You can use only a singular verb if the sentences or if the sentence is starting with the many a, each, every, each call, everyone in the classroom, everyone, everybody, either, neither, no one, nobody. If your sentence is starting with these words, remember you can use only a singular word. None of you, none of you. Okay, has or have. Then if the question is has or have, use only has. Okay, so children, you can use only singular verb if the sentence is starting with many a, each, every, everyone, anybody, either, neither, no one, and nobody. Example, children, look at the board. Many a man has ruined his life for want of a good guide. Has, because the sentence is starting with many a. So many a man has. Okay, I have used only a singular subject where the sentence is starting with many a word. Now look at the second example. The word is each. The sentence is starting with each of the boys. Among the boys, each one. Determiners, right? Each means it is actually pointing one in a group. We are talking about one. And if the group is 10 boys in this class, we are talking about each boy. Michelle, Alan, Steve, Sachin. Okay, we are pointing out each boys. Okay, so among the boys, each one. So here we need to consider within a group singular. So we have to use only a singular verb if the sentence is starting with each. Okay, every one of the hotels. Look at the usages. Each of the boys, among the boys, each one. Every one of the hotels, among the hotels, everyone. Okay, so we have to use only a singular verb if the sentence is starting with the each, everyone, either of, neither of. Look at the last two examples. Either of the candidates. Okay, either of the candidates, neither of the two plans. So here the candidates, two candidates. So among the two candidates, each one. Okay, see if it is Michelle Rahman or Prarthana Sandeep, I am talking about Prarthana Sandeep or Michelle Rahman. Okay, so we have to use, or we have to consider it as singular in form and use a singular verb. This is a must. Use a singular verb if the sentence is starting with many a, each, every, everyone, anybody, either, neither, no one, nobody. This is a must. Okay, rule number 12, children. This is very familiar. You know, unknowingly you are using it in a proper way, children. By usage, you are familiar with this rule. Okay, if your sentence is beginning with the there, if the sentence is beginning with here, okay, remember if the sentence, this rule is very important in CBSE syllabus. So children, if the sentence is starting with the there, okay, or if the sentence is starting with the word here, okay, the actual subject of actually there and here is not the subject of the sentence. Remember, there and here are not used as a subject of the sentence. Okay, after here and there, you can see the place of subject, and the actual subject of the sentences normally comes after the verb. So there is a pen in my hand. Here is a pen in my hand. So after the verb only the actual subject comes. So when a sentence is starting with the words like here and there, before filling the blank, please check the noun used after the verb. If the verb used or the noun used after the verb is singular, use a singular verb. There is. If the noun used after the verb is plural, then you can use there are. Okay, there is a girl. There are 2-3 girls. Okay, there are girls in my classroom. So the actual subject of the sentence you can see only after the verb in such sentences which is starting with the there and here. Clear? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in sentences beginning with the there or there are, there is or there are, the subject follows the verb. I request everybody to underline the real subject of the sentence follows the verb. You can see the place of a subject after the verb. Since there is not the subject, sorry, as I have told you, in a sentence which is starting with there and here is not used in the form of a subject of the sentence. The actual subject follows the verb in it. So after the verb, you can see the subject of your sentence, which is starting with the which is written either in singular or which is written in either plural form. Look at the examples written. There is little administrative support. So here administrative support, there is no administrative support. There is little administrative support. Look at the second example. There are many factors, plural, many factors affecting the teacher retention. Okay, so please look at the structure of the sentence, and I can share with you rule number 12b. This is just an extension, or this is the same as rule number 12.
1 minute.
Yes, this is equal to rule number 2b is equal to rule number 12 because both are the same, and I have written a few examples in rule number 12b. I request everybody to think about this. Just see, there is, there are. If your sentence is starting with the words like there and here is not used in the form of a subject in your sentence. You can see after there and here in your sentence, you are placing the verb. The actual subject of the sentences comes after the verb in your sentence. Okay. According to the noun, we are using is and are in your sentence next to there and here. Rule number 12b, with a few examples, I have explained it. In a nutshell, in a short way or in short, I can tell you in sentences that begin with here, there, the true subject usually follows the verb. I request everybody to underline the true subject usually follows the verb if the sentence is starting with here and there in your sentence. Okay, true subject.
Rule number 12 example is same.
Same rule.
Okay, ma'am.
Same rule. Here you can see this, it is starting with there and here, right? Look at the examples written, children. There is no chair in the room. No chair. See, the sentence is starting with there. There is not the subject of the sentence. You can see the actual subject is placed after the verb. The true subject is placed after the verb in the first sentence. Look at the second sentence. There are no chairs. Chairs, plural form. So I have used are here. The actual subject is used after the verb in the sentence. There are 50 boys in the class. The actual subject of the sentence is 50 boys. Okay, that is plural in form, which is used after a verb. So according to the noun, I can use is or are with here and there in my sentence. The actual subject of the sentence starting with there and here are not here and there. It comes after the verb in the form of singular or plural. Now look at the next example. There is one girl, singular, actual subject, one girl. S as the auxiliary verb. Here are the chocolates. Here are the chocolates. So you know chocolate. This is the chocolate is the subject of the sentence, that is plural. So you can use only are with here. There is a big puddle on the road. You can see that it's just one gutter or just one small hole where there is full of water on the road. Okay, so these are the rule number 11 and 12. Rule number 12 and 12b, it has a connection. Rule number 12 and 12b, it says that if your sentence, if it is starting with the words there and here, the actual or the true subject of the sentences actually falls after the verb in a sentence. If the true noun, if the true subject of the sentence is singular, use a singular verb with there and here. If the true subject is plural, you can use a plural verb with there and here in your sentences. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have 2 more rules to cover. So rule number 13. Okay, rule number 13. This is very simple. Children, here I am going to highlight a preposition called the of. O-F, of. You're familiar with the preposition of, right? Yes or no, Catherine? Yes or no? Preposition of. So keep this off in your mind and check rule number 13. In the case of words such as a lot of, all of, some of, etc. in a sentence, pay attention to the noun after of. Remember, if your sentence is starting with all, which is followed by one of the preposition, some, followed by of the preposition, a lot, followed by of the preposition. So we need to check the noun used after the preposition of. Okay, we have to check the noun used after the preposition of. If it is singular, you can use a singular verb. If it is plural, you can use a plural verb. So here the hero is of the preposition. Okay, so remember, in the case of words such as a lot of, all, some, etc. in a sentence, we need to pay attention to the noun after of. Noun after of. If it is singular, use a singular verb. If it is plural, use a plural verb. So let us see the examples. All of the cake. All of the cake. Here we have to check the preposition of and see the noun used after the of, whether it is written singular or plural. Here the cake is singular, so we can use a singular verb. In the second sentence, the cakes, okay, which is plural, so we must use a plural verb. A lot of the cake, here after of, you have used or I have used a singular noun, so the verb should be singular in form. A lot of the cakes, here after the of, the noun is plural, so I have to use a plural verb. Some of the cake, after of, it is cake, singular, so I have to use a singular verb. Some of the cakes, after of, it is cakes, the plural noun, so I have to use only a plural verb. This is the rule, children. So I request everybody to note this rule. Here you need to pay attention, or you need to consider only the noun used after of. If it is singular, use a singular verb. If it is plural, use a plural verb. Clear? Do you have any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
It's very clear. Thank you. So now here comes the last one under subject to verb agreement. And this is a familiar one. You are very clear about this rule. According to rule number 14, nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning. You know the word, it is written mathematics. The word, it is written economics. The word, it is written measles. The word, it is written news. Such as like the words like physics, the words like civics. Okay, all these names actually it is plural in form, right? Civics, measles, but this measles is a disease, right? So it is actually singular. Singular. The word it is actually in meaning it is singular, right? But we are using a plural form for writing such mathematics. You can use mathematics or the word math. You must say either math or mathematics. Okay, you cannot say maths. This is a wrong usage. Never ever use the word maths. It's a wrong usage. Either you say mathematics or you say math. Okay, so it is actually plural in form but singular in meaning. Along with such examples, we must use only singular verb. And please note the words economics. It's a subject, economics. Okay, it is a branch of study. Okay, economics. It is one single subject. So plural in form, singular in meaning. So use a singular verb. Measles, as I have told you, it's a name of a disease. Of a disease. It is not a group of diseases. It is just a disease. But still we are using measles, right? So this is actually plural in form, but singular in use. So, but we have to use singular verb. News. Okay, the word news. The news. Singular in form. Okay, actually plural in form, but singular in meaning. So we need to use is the singular verb. Okay. Okay, children. And other examples, physics. Plural in form, singular in meaning. Another example, civics. Plural in form, singular in meaning. Civics. Are you familiar with the word civics? You have civics, right? History and civics.
No, ma'am.
History, civics, politics, economics. All these are branch of studies coming under the social science. Politics, economics, geography, history, civics. All these are branches of what I can say, the science, sorry, social science. Okay, how many of you are interested to learn about archaeological things? Archaeology? Those who want to become an archaeologist and dream is to go around the world and dig things and find our past and all. Nobody is interested. So no one is going to take history as your subject in future. So all will be future doctors and engineers. No historians here. No, I'm seriously asking. I do know. I actually want to know. No one is interested in archaeology and all. No one is interested. My goodness. Vinayak, what is your dream? What do you want to become in your life, Vinayak?
Engineer.
To become an engineer. Which branch of study you are going to prefer?
Architect.
Architect. Okay, so you will build n number of buildings in future, right? So do one thing. See, our land is totally affected by flood and we are all scared of flood now. So please make a new invention for like, you know, water level. Once it is increasing, a person is there, he is constructing a house which is also floating when the water increases. So think about such new methodology and new structuring and all, and be a very famous architect in future. Okay, so all the very best, children. So we, as I have told you, we'll be meeting here in the campus. And don't think that I'm going to conclude the class, okay? I'm going to share a few questions for you, and Shivanya cannot control her laughter. So I have a request, as I am your English grammar teacher. Anyway, don't be very scared. I won't be your class teacher. I'm not your class teacher. That is damn sure. I'm not your class teacher, okay? So children, I am your grammar teacher. So I want all the grammar notes to be completed. I want all the assignments that should be done. And I also will ask for my portfolio work. It's not asked on Monday. I'll fix a date slowly, very slowly. I'll make you bring all the notes of my grammar to school. I want to correct your notes. I want to check your notes. I want to see your exercises written in the book. Okay. So if there is anything pending, I'm not talking only about English grammar. I'm talking about all the subjects. All teachers will be demanding their notes. Not on Monday. Especially, I'm stressing the point, you don't want to submit anything on Monday. But Tuesday onwards, one by one will be asking, where is history not? Where is mathematics? Where are the problems written? Show me the notes and all. So that should be there with you. And I also want you to share your portfolio,
Ma'am,
especially English part, English grammar part. I'll check it one day.
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I am writing the grammar points in lecture notes. So should I write it into paper?
You are lecture notes, no? I don't want lecture notes. That is your safe zone. You can keep your lecture notes with you, but you have the actual notes with you, right? The notes which we uploaded in the website, the notes, everything that is there. I hope that you are writing and keeping all the notes in paper, and there is an English grammar file also. You are maintaining a file for keeping all the notes. If not, start recording everything and start keeping everything in the file. One day, with an announcement, I demand my English grammar notes. I want everything covered in the classroom in that particular file. Not tomorrow or not day after tomorrow, not on Monday, but one day I'll ask.
Okay.
Okay, remember, February is the date for completing your 9th standard portions. And your exams, you will be finishing. We teachers will be finishing all the portions very soon. We'll be completing, we'll be giving you model examination. You will be writing your final examination of the 9th standard in the month of February. March, you will be sitting in the 10th standard. Okay. So you are going to be the supreme level of what I can say. You will be elated, or you will be there in the senior most sessions of the school. Okay, so after your little brothers and sisters are coming to school. They are coming on January 3rd onwards. Okay, so please be a role model. Show your assignments. See, we have done everything. All subjects are here with us, right? See my grammar activity, how wonderfully I have done, right? This is my literature activity, how beautiful it is. This is my mathematics. I have done these much of creative works that I was sitting 1.5 years at home peacefully, right? So all these should be, and you should be the role models for your little kids, those who are joining January. And teach them the social distancing, teach them the sanitizer using, teach them how you are wearing the mask, how you are disposing it, how you are keeping it safe, and teach them we are not COVID positive. Okay? Okay? All the very best. Now it's time to share my questions. Okay? I hope you enjoyed all the classes. As again, I'm reminding you, this is my last online class. And we'll be having green board, chalk, duster very soon, right from Monday. So these are the questions for you, children. Choose the correct form of verbs given in the bracket in the following sentences. Each of these produces dash is one advantage, has or have. Choose the right answer and complete the blank. First question. Each of these produces dash is on advantage. 10 miles dash long distance. Many a student dash hard to pass his entrance exam. The furniture in his house dash impressive. Few students dash present in the class today. Ritesh, my best friend, dash leaving for Japan next week. Most of my friends dash government employees. The level of intoxication dash from subject to subject. Either boys or girls dash telling lies. A number of people dash reported to be missing in the train accident at Jhansi. These are the questions. Check the structure of the question. Check the subjects of the question and use appropriate concord, subject verb concord. And for your kind attention, our new topic is not new, that is determiners. We'll be starting it from Monday onwards.
Ma'am,
Yes, Prarthana?
ma'am, when we are coming to school, we have to wear N95 mask.
No, it is not compulsory to wear N95 mask. Okay. If you have cloth mask, double masking is recommended. If you're wearing cloth mask, wear 2 cloth masks. If you want to wear 1 cloth and 1 surgical, no problem. And if you wear N95 mask, you are safe. You can wear only that N95 mask. Along with N95, there is no need for wearing another mask. That is the normal direction that we are getting the medical board. I'm sure that you might have noticed this. When we wear N95 mask, there is no need for wearing any other second mask. It is not allowed. It is not good to wear 2 surgical masks. It is not the right way for wearing 2 surgical masks. Okay, if you're wearing 1 surgical, along with the surgical, you wear the surgical mask first, and you can wear the cloth mask on top of that. Okay.
Ma'am, I am
And-
wearing N95 and surgical mask both.
Why?
Ma'am, for protection.
Okay, that is up to you. If you can breathe, then it is okay. According to the medical instructions published by the government, Kerala government, it was very clearly said earlier, last year also they said, we can wear 2 cloth masks. Okay. And if you're wearing a surgical mask, with the surgical mask, it is good to wear a cloth mask. Surgical mask inside and cloth mask outside. If you're wearing N95 mask, that is only what needed. We don't want any other mask. If you're wearing N95, there is no instruction to wear only N95. You can wear any mask. If it is wet, remove and wear another one. We have only 1 minute, children. Please copy the questions. Answers I have uploaded in the school's website. After doing this, you can check the answers.
Ma'am, you have uploaded this topic notes in the website.
I've done. Did you get it?
Ma'am, last time when I checked, it was not there.
I've uploaded. Try to check it now. Okay, if it is not there, inform me. I've uploaded everything. Kindly check if it is not there. Shivanya, please let me know.
Okay.
All classes I've uploaded. Same question and its answers are there in the website. See, I have a request. Only after writing the answers, you can check your answers from the answer key. Okay. So it's time, children. Thank you so much. Yes.
Ma'am, in website, which side did you put the notes?
Why?
Ma'am,
Did
when
you
I
get
check
your
it,
ID and password from the school office?
yes, ma'am, when I check it, it shows data is not available.
Then you
Not
please call
available.
office. Okay, you'll get all the directions from the school office. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much, children, for coming here. So again, I'm reminding you, this is my last online class with you. So we'll meet each other here face to face. So all the very best, my little hearts. I wish you a very good day. Okay.
Thank you,
ahead.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. See you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye.
you,
We'll
ma'am.
meet
Thank
on
you, ma'am.
Monday.
Okay, ma'am.